Okay, so welcome back. We're going to talk about our special topic this week. Now, this is very personal for us because that's my brother. His senior picture in 1979. Now, he died about 5 years ago of muscular dystrophy, and we were lucky that he was with us as long as he was. In fact, we celebrated his 50th birthday before he died on Memorial Week, after Memorial Weekend, and we played a ton of games with him. And my mother has rheumatoid arthritis. Julie has some cognitive issues. This is why we do a lot of games that aren't 1 to 2 hour games, because of the complexity, and it's not something that you're interested in doing.
No.
So let's take a look again what the topic is. And so players with special needs, how do you adjust select games when playing with participants with special needs? Now, you can write, and in fact, in one of my books, I wrote a chapter about this, and you can go into a lot of detail. So this is just a quick little introductory about this topic. You can ask me questions in the commentary, and Julie, being a former speech therapist, you have different expertise. And me being an educator, I have different experiences. And then we have family members that we've played with that have special needs. Mm-hmm. So one thing is to consider fine motor skills. So my mother, we played with her. We went back to Tucson last weekend. She has trouble handling pieces.
Because her hands are so arthritic.
Right. So we make sure she doesn't have to reach far.
Right.
And if she can't hold the cards, we'll put a screen in front of her, and that way she can lay the cards down so that nobody can see them. And that was the same thing with my brother, who was in a wheelchair, and he had even more limited movement. We would help him grab things and move things. So what about the next one?
The visual acuity.
You notice what my mom was going through?
Oh, yeah.
The medicine that she's on.
Certain medicine, I even have this issue at times. Certain medications will totally mess with your eyesight.
Yeah.
And you will have blurry vision at times. It'll be hard to see certain colors due to a glare from the light.
Right, and there's players that are colorblind, and that's an issue for them too.
Players could be colorblind. Yeah, you have to take that into consideration of what games you might be wanting to play. And, the player might still want to play it. You just might have to say, okay, this is a blue card, or this is a green card.
Like a Ticket to Ride, they have symbols as well as colors.
Right, which is very helpful. You say, okay, look for this symbol, and you'll know what color it is. Yeah.
So I just remember I took out a game. We were going to play Biblios.
That's right, and it was very hard for her.
And so she said, I can't focus on the cards right now. Now, she played it a year ago, but that night she couldn't play it.
No.
So, and consider voice requirements. So my brother, towards the end of his life, he had trouble talking.
Yeah. And
so we had to have it very quiet. And then he actually did use a speaker at times, an amplifier, so we could hear him.
Yeah, we had no music on, no TV. I mean, it was literally just, anything we could to help him be able to say, be more independent on what he was wanting to say and do, than relying on us to say, okay, is this what you want to do? He could actually say.
Yeah, I remember we would play out in the kitchen table, and my parents would be making noise in the background, and I would have to ask him politely, you can't be making noise.
That's right.
I can't hear my brother.
You can't talk, nothing.
It was too hard to go in another room with him. That's the place where he was able to get access with his wheelchair.
Right.
And so mental and memory demands. So this has to issue with working memory and short-term memory and long-term memory. So this is what you deal with a lot. And so why we don't play games that have too many mechanics or too complex.
Right.
And if we do play those games, you might partner you up with somebody or provide memory aids, which
helps. It is good for my brain to work a little bit. However, if it works too hard, I'm done. I get 10 minutes of doing that, and I'm done for the rest of the day. I can't do it.
The nice thing is you'll try it, but then you might not want to play that game again.
Oh yeah, I'll always try something, but it doesn't mean I want to do it again.
Right. So I'm always on the lookout for games that fit a particular category. They're not too complex.
Right.
Doesn't mean I don't get complex games in the future. I will be doing videos with more complex games that Julie's not interested in.
No, because you have other people. We have friends that were over, in fact, last night that are into more of those complex games, and our children and friends in Tucson. And when David wants to play those kind of things, he will team me up with somebody. Or I might just sit and watch and knit and still be around the table, just not participating, or I'll roll the dice when I'm told to roll the dice. but I don't really know what I'm rolling for or anything.
Yeah, but then but you're with a partner that will help you.
Yeah.
So then we again we talked about accommodations, positioning the game and the pieces next to somebody with limited mobility, providing screens if they can't hold the cards,
Right.
Trays to roll dice in. So my mother has trouble rolling dice, so she'll roll on a tray so that it doesn't spill off the table.
Right.
So again, this is just a brief overview. There's a lot of other topics that can be covered that we're not. This is not to address every
No.
special need. It's just letting you know that our experience, which has increased over time as we've gotten older, that we've had to consider accommodations and what games we play because we're playing with people who don't have this, typical abilities.
Right.
All right. So anyways, thank you again for watching our videos this week, and we'll see you again next week.
Sounds good. Hope you have a great week. See you next week. Bye.